Tekken is one of the most well-known and revered fighting games in video game history. And I've always had a weird relationship with Tekken because I never knew where I really stood on it. Like, yes, I'll play the Tekkens and yes, I do enjoy them, but I never really knew to myself if it was a game series that I truly loved. For me, the best memories of Tekken was going to the laundromat, and obviously if you grew up when I grew up, every laundromat had like a Tekken 3 machine, and just sitting there waiting for the laundry to get done and playing that with my cousins and playing that with my siblings, and me picking Eddie and essentially just spamming them. But as I grew older, I didn't really keep up with Tekken as a series. Like, I played the tag games, but I wouldn't consider myself super into them. I played Tekken 5, I played Tekken 6. I don't think I played Tekken 4. And obviously I came back when Tekken 7 got huge, and I played Tekken 7 and Tekken 8. But throughout my times of playing Tekken 7 and now playing Tekken 8, it's always felt like something is missing in Tekken for me. And that's not to say the games are bad, because I think the games are great. But it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like I can't play Tekken for an extended period of time, and I don't know where that is stemming from. Fast forward to like this week, Tekken 3 drops on the PlayStation Plus catalog, and I'm like, oh, Tekken 3, this is probably my favorite Tekken. This is the Tekken that I've definitely played the most. Let me hop in, see how well this game is aged, and see if I kind of still have that problem, because I haven't played this game in like years, so maybe this is just a current me problem. Boot up Tekken 3, 8 hours pass. I am still playing Tekken 3. It is quite insane how well Tekken 3 has aged. Even visually, the game still looks pretty good. And I think the biggest nod to Tekken 3 I can give is it really feels fun to play. It doesn't feel aged. Everything hits hard. And I think that's what it boils down to as to why I don't love Tekken 7 and Tekken 8 as much as I love Tekken 3. And I don't know which Tekken this changed by. I'm sure a Tekken fan will tell me in the comment section. But Tekken 7 and Tekken 8, like, they have these longer combos to where, like, I'm like, okay, it's Tekken 3 combos are very, very small. Like, you aren't doing like big long combos, right? It's very small, but they hit hard. When you get hit with like a string in Tekken 3, it hits hard. In Tekken 7 and Tekken 8, it feels like gameplay wise, it's more so focused on let's do these longer combos, and don't get me wrong, like, I'm a person, I can do combos. Like, I'm not like inept at doing combos, and I can do Tekken 7 and Tekken 8 combos before you say skill issue. But for Tekken's style of gameplay and the way Tekken looks to me, it always feels like to me personally that Tekken should be a fighting game where it's like shorter combos, but they hit hard, and there should be a heavier focus on bobbing and weaving. What kick should I use here? Am I at a correct distance for this kick to hit well in neutral? Will this punch reach my opponent? If my opponent is about to do this high, I need to make sure I duck and do this. And it feels like a lot of that interaction is there in Tekken 7 and 8, but it kind of goes away when you're like, you have these longer combos and you're kind of like, you have less active time, right? It feels like there's less time for your brain to be active. And I feel like that's what I enjoy more about Tekken 3, where it's like, it feels like I'm constantly making faster decisions in neutral versus, okay, I need to go and do like this long combo. My opponent doesn't really have to think through that. And it's a battle, right? It's kind of like a preference thing. It's like, what do you prefer, right? Because you can argue that Tekken 8 and Tekken 7, what you're doing in that game looks cooler. You can argue that. But for me, as when I visualize how people are fighting in Tekken, right? They're hitting hard, bro. They're doing all of these fluid movements, right? To me, Tekken just never gave off the vibes to where it should be like super combo heavy. And I don't know if people are going to agree with that, because it's hard for me to explain the words. But when you look at Tekken as a game, when you look at the characters, and when you look at how they're fighting, I feel like they should be doing shorter, heavy hitting combos. What? I don't know. I think that's what it boils down to as to why I love Tekken 3 versus like Tekken 7 and Tekken 8. And I can do those combos, but it feels like I'm making it's even more amplified in Tekken 8, where it feels like I'm not making a lot of decisions. Like, I'm still making decisions. You have the heat system, you have all of that, but it feels like I can turn my brain off less when I'm playing Tekken 8. And as a fighting game player, I don't really like that. I like being active. I like what I love most about the fighting game, like playing fighting games, is the concept of me and my opponent are essentially in a chess match. I think of fighting games as chess, as crazy as it sounds. Me and my opponent are in a chess match, and we're constantly, when we're fighting against each other, we're constantly doing moves to stop the other. There's so many active things that are going on in my brain. Is this a high? Is this gonna reach me? My opponent has this much health. What can I do to chip them out? From this range, which move should I be doing? If they're gonna do this, how should I counter that? If I keep getting hit by this, what's gonna be their follow-up for that once I start blocking it? So the active mind when you're playing fighting games is one of my favorite parts of it. And it feels like it's not being as active when I'm playing Tekken 8. It's like, okay, like, oh, I'm gonna do this heat thing and I'm plus, and I'm gonna do this and then I'm plus, and my opponent got hit by this pop-up, I'm about to do this long combo, that's gonna be most of their health. When a wall splat them, GG, shake my hand. And it just feels like that's not as fun. And I don't know if Tekken fans feel this way. I'm not too in a loop on the Tekken community. I know, like, Tekken 8 has been getting a lot of criticisms, but I haven't really been sure as to why. I don't know if it's content. I don't know if it's gameplay stuff. I feel like I've just been out of the loop in Tekken 8, and I'm trying to get back into the loop, so I don't really know why people dislike Tekken 8. I don't know how people feel about Tekken 7 either. Like, do people love Tekken 7? But yeah, going and playing Tekken 3 just kind of reminded me why I love Tekken 3 and maybe why I don't love Tekken 8 as much. And I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, it's hard for me to formulate into words because it kind of sounds like a skill issue. But I'm like, I feel like I'm okay at Tekken. Like, I'm never gonna advocate that I'm the best Tekken player ever. I'm not, right? It's one of those things where Tekken is one of those fighting games where I always wanted to really get decent at, but I just never put effort into it. And now we're in Tekken 8, and I'm like, it's cool, but like, and I don't know if it's the heat system I don't like in Tekken 8. I don't know if it's the combo like length that I don't like Tekken 8, but it just feels like I'm making less decisions. So I played Tekken 3, and it reminded me why I don't love Tekken 8 as much. And I'm curious to see how people feel in the comment section below about Tekken 8 and if what I'm saying is actually making sense or if I'm just yapping. I don't know. Maybe I'm just yapping, but let me know what you think about Tekken 8 in the comment section. If you played Tekken 3, let me know. I would love to see Sony and Bandai port some of the older Tekken games and make them have online. Tekken 5, Tekken 6, Tekken Tag. I would like to see those games get online. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section. As always, pass class, don't eat ass. I'm out this bit.